AG Daniel Cameron is a Republican, has joined a lawsuit challenging the travel ban. He says it's unconstitutional. The Attorney General, Cameron, joins me now. Reports say that you were initially a defendant in this lawsuit, being the state AG, but then you filed a motion for a switcheroo. Explain why that happened. That was kind of interesting.
Well, I appreciate you having me tonight, Laura. Look, we decided to switch our position in the litigation because we wholeheartedly believe in the Attorney General's office that this order is overbroad and unconstitutional. It is not narrowly tailored in a way that is consistent with the Constitution and the responsibility to help flatten the curve. Look, here in Kentucky, our healthcare workers, our first responders, all have a unique challenge in confronting this pandemic. But in the Attorney General's office, we also have a responsibility to defend vigorously the Constitution. That is what I'm charged with as the 51st Attorney General here in Kentucky. That's what Kentuckians expect of the person that's in this position. And so we have the responsibility and have proceeded in that particular manner to defend the Constitution here in the Commonwealth.
All right, AG Cameron, I want to put up on the screen something for you, just so people have a sense of how things are in Kentucky. Again, every life lost is a tragedy to this virus and to all the other horrible things that are currently happening to our healthcare system. Flu and pneumonia deaths in Kentucky, 2,267 this season. COVID deaths, 213. To your knowledge, Attorney General Cameron, has the state ever considered shutting down or stopping travel because of what ended up being a pandemic flu season, epidemic flu season at various junctures throughout this year for the state of Kentucky and other states across this country? Were they ever talks about shutting Kentucky down for that?
Well, I'm a young man, but to my knowledge, those restrictions have not occurred before. And it's interesting to note, if you look at Tennessee, which has fewer per capita deaths than the Commonwealth, Kentuckians are actually restricted from going there, even though we have more deaths per capita here in Kentucky. So again, it strikes at the arbitrary nature of the restriction. That's why we're in court fighting against it. Not because we want to score any particular points, but it's the right thing to do as it relates to the Constitution. Again, as you noted, we are sensitive to the concerns about the pandemic and recognize that Kentuckians are doing everything they can to flatten the curve.
But you've already flattened the curve, though. Yeah, Attorney General Cameron, we got to move on. But you have flattened the curve. The point was to save the healthcare system, correct? And to make sure you have enough ventilators. Did you save the healthcare system, and do you have enough ventilators? Yes?
Well, yes. If you listen to some of our medical providers, they say that they have more than enough capacity in our hospitals. So we've done our job. Now it's time to get our economy going again.
Yeah, well, he has a very, very slow roll process to get the Kentucky economy back, but it is going to begin a very slow phase-in on May 11th. He announced that today. Attorney General Cameron, thank you for looking out for Kentuckians, their civil rights, and their health. We really appreciate it.